All right, good evening, everybody, and welcome to another meeting of the Inkster City Council. Today is Monday, November the 7th, 2022, and the time is approximately 7:03 p.m. And we call this meeting to order. Reverend Williams, could you please pray for us, please?
Mr. Chairman, can I please to the chair do a moment of silence for the two young men that got burned up?
Yes, please, and then prayer.
But God, we come no other way but leaning on your everlasting love. Thank you for this meeting. Thank you for bringing our minds together, and let our minds be on one accord. Father, as we continue to try to progress the city of Inkster, and we hope that you come in and touch us and bind us together, that we'll be able to make this that great city of love. In the name of Jesus, I pray. Amen.
Amen. Pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Councilman Shaw.
Here.
Councilman Chisholm.
Here.
Councilwoman Watley.
Present.
Councilwoman Washington.
Here.
Councilman Williams.
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Howard.
Here.
And for the record, Mayor Wimberly.
Here. All right, moving right into it, and we'll move closed session down to the end of the meeting, if that's okay with this body. If we have any items, David? Okay. All right, good then. Moving into the approval of the agenda.
So move.
Is there a second? Here's a second. I would like to add, just for presentations, we have the Honorable Joel Jones, Rep. Jones in the house. I want to add him to presentations to have him just talk to us briefly. This is last time speaking to us. It'll be our last time speaking to us. Okay. If that's okay with everybody? Go ahead.
Just one thing, can we change on the agenda that amount? You said it's a typo?
25.
Right, yep. In the contract, it definitely states out 25,000 on the actual request for action. It was a typo, it says 20,000. So let's just change that in the request for action and the actual action item, please, to 25,000, please, for item D. Okay, any others? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any nays? Ayes have it, motion carries. The Honorable Joel Jones, Rep. Jones.
Good evening, Mayor, Council, Administration, neighbors. So this is one of my last council meetings. I think I got about 51 days left. We got one day into the election. I got 51 days until December 31st at 11:59 p.m. Wow. We'll be passing the torch over to Dylan. And not a whole lot this evening. Of course, we got the election tomorrow. So hoping that we get out and vote. It's already, whatever's going to happen is going to happen. We're there now. So now's the time to prepare for 2024. Realistically, and getting that turnout up. But outside of that, I definitely wanted to make sure I came this evening. I actually got to get back home. I got 10 puppies at home. Just got born, had a big litter this time, so I got to get back. But I know the project was on the agenda, so I definitely wanted to come out and show my support for it. Been talking to Jason and Mike a whole lot. I know when we brought the Speaker of the House out here, that was one of the projects I highlighted for the city. And so the Speaker, as well as other officials from the state, are pretty excited about this project. One, because it'll bridge that digital divide, but also it can be a blueprint, or we can say a black print for the rest of the state, especially because the majority of the people that are in the legislature who have had majority for years are from rural districts. And so doing a project like this, dealing with technology, is very attractive for them, which means that extra dollars, extra resources, extra support. And so I think Inkster, while Jason could have went a lot of different cities, and I've seen him when I was just in D.C., he was out there working with folks. He's in Highland Park a lot, in Detroit, a lot of communities of color. And so for him to target Inkster, I think that's something that we should go ahead and take advantage of. And I fully support the project. I think if the master plan is still consistent with what we had years ago or a few years ago in the downtown development area, that the IT or innovation hub would be perfect in that area to build around. And so if I can be of assistance, Jason already knows I'm definitely there. But I hope that we can get this done tonight if it's on the agenda, so they can get to work on it. Because like you were saying, some funds, when we had that meeting with the speaker there, he did have Flagstar Bank in the room as well as Nokia, and I know a lot of those private dollars are on the line until they actually own the building. And so hopefully we can get this thing done, and I'll be looking forward to it. Any questions?
I just say thank you for your service, man.
I appreciate it.
Service, man.
Thank you. Couldn't have done it without y'all. All love. All love.
Yeah, man. I tell you, we love you, man. I don't care what nobody say. All right, moving right into it. Consent agenda?
So move.
I'm sorry, man. Sir?
We want to remove that because me and staff had.
Okay, gotcha, okay. If we could, please, the clerk has asked that we just remove the consent agenda for this. If we could, please. As it relates to just the minutes and making sure that the clerk was able to go through them and provide those for us.
Okay.
Yep, we're gonna remove those, okay? Everybody okay with that?
You what?
We're gonna remove the consent as it relates to, the clerk has been busy, we know, with the elections and that, and had a chance to really review and submit those to us, okay? All right, then, no boards and commissions this time around, unless somebody had something that was urgent. Previous business, none. Going into new business. Item A, please, City Clerk.
Consider approval to accept the National Fitness Campaign Grant awarded to the City of Inkster in the amount of $50,000 and adoption of the fitness court and funds allocated for the project in 2022.
What's your pleasure?
So move, Mr. Chair.
Yes. Been moved and properly second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any nays? Ayes have it, motion carry. Item B, please, ma'am.
Item B, consider approval to purchase two structures located at 26043 Dartmouth and 26053 Dartmouth, case number 22-25. Both structures are located on Dartmouth between Meadowdale Street and Beach Daily for a price of $18,143.48.
What's your pleasure?
So move, Mr. Chairman.
Second.
It's been moved and properly second. Any discussion?
Mr. Mayor,
Please.
this price,
Yes.
is it what he offered or is this what was assessed? Or-
Assessed.
Okay, thank you.
Any others? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any nays? Ayes have it, motion carries. Item C, please.
Consider approval to purchase two vacant parcels, case 2224, located on the east side of Bayham Street between Florence and Notre Dame for $3,000.
What's your pleasure?
So move, Mr. Chairman.
Support.
Been moved and properly seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, I'm sorry?
I'm sorry.
Go ahead, please.
These are buildable lots or
Correct.
no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, they are buildable lots.
Yes, ma'am. They're looking to build a family
And-
home.
I have to apologize because, I just got this
Yes,
today,
ma'am.
so I'm
I
trying
do
to.
understand. Take your time.
I'm looking to see, did he say what he's utilizing it for?
To build a family home,
Okay, all right. That's all.
okay? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any nays? Ayes have it, motion carries. Item D, please.
Consider authorizing the sale of the former City Hall building, identified as parcel, as you can see, to SACD/Nokia Smart Cities Partnership in the amount of $25,000.
What's your pleasure?
So move, Mr. Chairman.
Your support?
Second.
I'm sorry, seconded, I apologize. Been moved and properly second. Discussion, and for the purpose of it, just come on, just come on back on up. Come on back up. Both of you guys, Mike, come on. And state your name for the record, and then we'll get off into questions. Mayor Pro Tem, you had the floor.
Michael Ellison, Nokia Vice President, North America.
Correct. Yep.
Jason Dixon, CEO of Strategic Alliance Community Development.
All right. Any questions?
Yes, I have a question.
Mayor Pro Tem.
My first question is, how much would it cost to, how much it's gonna cost you guys to redo that building?
So, $500,000.
Okay, $500,000. Okay. I think we got off into what we was trying to do up here. I know you guys have a great thing going on, but am I willing to sell this building? Like I said before, it's $100 and something thousand
Yes, ma'am.
for $25,000. Now, nobody in this room would sell their house for less than what they owe or value. So that's me. I do have a problem with that. That building is going to take a long time to get. We don't even know what structural, how bad it is. How many floors is it? What, 4?
3.
3?
Yes, ma'am.
That's a lot of money right now in this industry. I mean, they could find another building or build one. They can build one. But it's something there that we're not looking at that maybe it's going to be good for Inkster if the price is right. I mean, it's prime property right there. And I'm not giving it, me personally, I'm not giving it away for $20-something thousand. But everything else in there is a good thing, and I don't have a problem with that. But I'm not going to sell my house for less than what I owe or less the value. And I'm not going to sell Inkster's property either for that amount. All right, I yield.
Any others?
Mr. Chair,
Please.
now with the annual taxes on the property, what would that be?
$6,500.
So it's $6,500 annually on the on the property.
Correct.
Now, is that if we sell it for $100,000 or if we sell it for $25,000, would that be the same value of that taxes annually to the city?
Correct. Yes. So understand this, though, and everybody has to understand this, that the building now currently is worth 110 as it stands today, right? Once they put money into it, of course, the value is going to be the value, but because of state law, it's only about so much that you can actually, put on property. So it's not going to go to, say if they put $1 million into the building, it's going to go to triple the amount. By law, you can't do that. You can't do that. If anybody can correct me on that, please do. We got plenty of realtors in the room. We got our attorney in the room. But it's not going to go to some astronomical amount that we're talking about. So the building, what we did was I had Mario, the assessor, and you guys had all those numbers and had them for a few months now, as it relates to the full amount of the value of the building if it was up and running. And it's $6,500.
Either way, I mean,
Either way.
either we sell it for $100,000, or we wait to sell it for $100,000, or we sell it for $25,000, which was a $5,000 difference, by the way. If we sell it for that, now it's going to stay the same with the taxes. So the city is going to continue to get the taxes at the same amount of rate, no matter what we sell it for. Now, can they explain any additional, we would say, supplemental in-kind type of situations that can bring even the price up to possibly that $100,000, so that they won't seem as if we were receiving a loss from the city, for the city. Now, I know they have a community development or
Community benefits in the purchase agreement that we went over.
So is there anything that they can show that can possibly bring the 25,000, maybe up to 50,000, 75,000, close to what we value the property at? But still, in then, we're still going to get those taxes. So is very valuable to the city in the long term. But can we come close to that, maybe possibly $75,000, $100,000 with those types of services in the community benefit?
Yeah, and if you look at item number 4, just going down through the items, A, B, C, D, E,
Now, they
F.
talked about the value of $75,000 per year with the removal of trees and debris from the River Rouge. So,
Also, the cost savings of once the fiber is up to the city, if we decide to go, of course, with this project, for fiber that we're paying currently at $142,000, reducing that down to $120,000 a year to the city. So it's definitely in the community benefits agreement.
so I just don't want to make it seem as to the community that we're just trying to give away property for just little or nothing, but that we also getting something else in benefit to that.
Yeah,
So, I mean, $25,000, yeah, we understand. But it's going to be the same amount of taxes that we're going to get for that property, whether it's sold at $100,000 or whether it's sold at $10,000. I wanted more for the property, but I can accept some other additional things as well to the property.
Yep.
Now, also with that being said too, we talked about, are they going to get the whole property? Because we still have an amphitheater there, we still have a library there. Is that still going to belong to the city as
right.
well?
Yeah, for sure. So to answer all your questions, I guess in a nutshell, the bigger picture for me is not only the job creation that we're talking about, and we all know where technology is headed, even with the autonomous vehicles coming down Michigan Avenue. I'm talking about from downtown Detroit, the connectivity of autonomous vehicles going down Michigan Avenue in the autonomous lane to Ann Arbor, which the commitment for already that money from Ford and Google is already on the table in the state of Michigan, of which the $220 million to be, coming down Michigan Avenue. It's already in development. Just the jobs alone with us having fiber that is going to create right here in our hub at Michigan Avenue and Inkster Road is going to be tremendous to just the average person in the community. If I could send my son right now, he's 18 years old, and I want to send him to here, he's going to be making almost six figures, we're talking, in a couple of years. That alone, just that alone, life-changing for people within our community. And then attracting other businesses into this area. This is huge for us.
Now, also, this the last thing, Mr. Chair. Now, if they're not able to make this happen, I know that the city attorney is here. Do we have anything that's going to revert that over back to the city if it doesn't happen?
I'll let the city attorney speak to that.
In exchange with Mr. Dixon, we did include the standard language with regard to them not keeping the property up in a safe and inhabitable condition. They don't pay the taxes. If they don't maintain it, it has the same right of reversion language that I put in the contract that should also be placed on the deed if the sales are ultimately consummated. The same as we do in all our other real estate transactions. It wasn't there before, but I put it in and they did not object to that.
And also, too, David, the land split. That's important, actually, with the assessor to
I believe
initiate
when
that.
the draft of the purchase agreement first came to me in October, it included all of that property that council member just referenced, the amphitheater and all of that. And we just put, I can't remember how many thousands of dollars in the amphitheater, but that's going to be separated out, is my understanding.
Correct. So it's only the building. So it's kind of like a downtown effect, basically. When you go downtown Detroit, for the most part, all the parking lots and all that stuff is owned by either the city or private folks. Everything around the building itself, we know right now, of course, the library is going to be turned into the Cultural Arts and Historical Museum, and then you got the amphitheater that's there. So all that there is going to become a controlled campus, actually generating a halo effect in that area, creating people, creating that downtown. As we talk about, education and training and culture and all that stuff being, pretty much melted right there in that area.
Yes, as long as we can keep that land.
We have to. That's
prime
important.
land.
That's our property.
And then they can, we can also, if you take a look at downtown Wayne, they have a area where you can just go out and sit. It's a lighted area, and it's a beautiful sight.
And that's the other part of it. So talking to, and I'm glad that the rep came in and actually talked a little bit about the speaker coming in, but also too talking with the county. That's one of the other things, as we talked about, money's coming into Inkster, and we were talking about, the downtown and helping us actually develop a downtown. They're willing to help us with the landscaping and infrastructure in that area. So meaning signage, lighting, all of that stuff as it relates to seeing a traditional downtown. This would be kind of like our stake in the game. Because right now, every grant that we go after to the county and the state, they're asking, what is the city putting up? Do you have dollars? Do you have property? What are you putting up? So this is part of that and those discussions. So we would be able to advocate for those dollars. We've already had, actually, Warren Evans was out at the site with his team, and we've been talking back and forth and saying exactly what the city needs. And if this happens, I'm pretty sure that those things will be added to it.
And I just want to add this, Mr. Chair. I remember being on council back in 2014 when we had the city manager, Mr. Marsh, here, and he put that building up on the CBR website.
For sale, correct.
Sale. And that was back in 2014. So that was many, many, many years now. And nothing has happened with that building, and it's unfortunate that, we haven't had no one really to come and want to really do something real with that building. So I just want my colleagues to keep that in mind as well. That's all I have, Mr. Chair.
All right, Councilwoman Washington first, and then Councilman Williams. Councilwoman Washington?
You know what? That was actually my question of when was the last time that this building actually received full ad valorem taxes? When was the last time this place actually received taxes?
Never. It hasn't, ever.
It never have received taxes. And then also, I know you spoke about the projected time frame. I think you said 2 years. And then also, the cost for residents. Will there be a different cost for renters and then a different cost for homeowners? Like, what would be the cost? Would there be a lower cost? Because you did speak about comparing it to essentials, Xfinity Essentials. So would it be affordable for residents, this program?
The prices that we're doing for these projects is 30% cheaper than any other telecom in the country.
Did you speak up?
The cost is 30% cheaper than any telecom, which is AT&T, Xfinity, whoever in the country.
It's cheaper, it's less expensive, plus it has a higher speed than what they're getting for that. So
Everything that we're building is starting off at a gigabyte. That's
And
what
we're
we start
creating
off
a
at.
home-based company. Because this is basically what it's going to be. It's going to be a business that's going to be there.
That was my question.
Go ahead, Councilman Williams.
I'd just like to say this. And I just say I'll support him getting the building because one of the things he did say that he's going to pay taxes on the building and you probably pay taxes on the value of the building. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and I just want to make that clear.
Yes.
Okay, right now the building been sitting, we ain't getting a dime out of it. Okay, and that area there, we still got to clean it. Well, you went over there and did a blessing back trying to clean it up. And if we look at them start paying taxes on the building there, and just say 5 years from right now, and look at the money that we would generate from the building, not only what they're going to do for the community, and I'll tell you, I don't know how many of y'all got you internet in your household. It's pretty high for me, So I just want to say that, and I think if they're going to come in there and put something that's going to try to lower our internet and give us tax dollars that is steadily going up on the value of the building, okay, we may not get that $100,000 that you talk about now, but we will get it 5 years down the road, okay? It's just not, you're not getting it now, but you're getting it on there because the property be a lot more valuable once they put the kind of money that they finna put in it. So I think it's for the city. To me, it's a win-win situation.
Councilman? Mayor Pro Tem?
I just have one more question. What about the 501c? It's like a church, 501c. They don't pay taxes. Do we can we put it in, David's opinion, to have them pay taxes even though they're 501c?
They have to apply for tax exemption, but again, the contract as drafted indicates that they will pay full value taxes. But they
Make sure
have
you
to
say that
apply-
again, David, because, you know, and let me say this, I didn't understand that when I first came on council as it relates to, because it was some churches that had mentioned that they were paying taxes for property that they owned and some other nonprofits. You have to apply for a nonprofit.
Yeah, they will have to apply
Exemption to the
and
state.
if they agree with the state, they come to the city, and the city would honor that exemption.
Correct.
The contract is drafted, and Mr. Dixon and I talked about that issue. And he's saying strategic is agreeing to pay the full value of their taxes.
So what you're saying to me is that right now, if this deal is approved, if they go down to there and get their 501c, and then we have to honor them not paying taxes.
Well, they would have to apply then to the
Right,
state.
so it's not a guarantee that we,
What I'm telling you is what the contract says.
right, I understand what you're saying, but after the fact,
They can't do that.
Can't do it.
It's a contract.
Contract supersedes what they say.
state supersedes.
Huh?
State supersedes us.
That's not correct, not the contract.
Okay, I have the floor, I have the floor.
Floor. The
I have
mayor
the
pro tem
floor.
has the floor.
Okay, another thing, I don't understand what's going on. This is prime property. We have to, look, I'm not talking to you. Prime property, okay? If we set a precedent now, then what we gonna do with the next person coming in here wanting to buy something? I'm not giving my land away, my city's land for 20, I understand what they trying to do, but you gotta look at why this building. Something is going on that y'all don't know. Why this building that's gonna cost them over $100,000 to fix.
500,000.
500,000, where they can get another building and build it probably for less. Okay, the Rouge River, they already said they're cleaning it up. That's gonna be prime property right there, y'all. Well, they are in the process of cleaning it. They are in the process of cleaning it.
But when you say prime property, Mayor pro
It's
tem,
gonna be,
I'm trying to-
it's next to the water.
Yeah, but
It's
I'm
gonna be
trying to-
prime property.
I understand what
And
you're
anything
saying.
next to water is prime. It's more money than anything. So,
But location is location.
okay, well, like I said, I'm
You
only
have a
one,
vote.
I'm only one vote.
You have a vote, for sure.
I yield.
Okay.
Chairman,
Yes.
first of all, a lot of people that, they'll go to the IRS, the federal government, and they'll apply for a 501c3 and try to get tax exempt. But what they really, the determination to come on exactly what is it that you get, what you get the tax, the tax exempt for, okay? I mean, you can apply for it and understand, but now what they're doing is talking about, you know, I'm looking at it, if they do try to apply for it, okay, and what they're doing, they're flying internet services and things to the people in the community, am I correct? Okay, then what you think, Affinity and AT&T gonna think about that, you know? You said that, so that's not gonna be cut at that particular point, okay? You're gonna pay taxes.
Thanks.
Okay, I mean, the internet services all over the world now is gonna bring tax dollars throughout this whole United States of America. So therefore, when you go apply for them and say, well, what are you doing, okay, it ain't gonna simply go 100% saying he can get tax exempt.
Yeah, but we have
Unless-
we're signing a
Well,
contract.
Let me finish, Mr.
Go ahead.
Okay?
I hear you.
And they're agreeing here with a contract.
Right.
Okay, going into it, okay? So a contract is binding with the two parties. So for him to go back and say down the road that he wants to do this and do that, you know, that's what we got that lawyer sitting on.
All right.
Mr. Mayor?
Go ahead, Councilwoman Wiley.
I just have a question. Everyone's concerned about taxes. Once they fixed up the property, would it not be assessed at what its taxable value is then? And wouldn't that be more than $6,000?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes,
All
ma'am.
depends on what they do to it, for sure. You got the treasurer sitting right there.
Oh, I already
They're
asked
actually
him.
fixing up the,
That's why
they're
I'm
fixing
so
up the,
bold.
they're fixing up the inside of the building. They're not extending the actual blueprint.
No, I'm just saying
So,
that the
understand that.
6,000, I already asked him. I wouldn't step out here unless I knew.
But they're not actually adding an addition onto the building or building the building up into a high rise or something like that. So that's where you have to understand they're renovating the space that's there currently. So they're just basically going inside the building.
Improving the
and
property
improving the inside of the building.
inside would not impact the tax.
It's gonna go up a little bit, but not much. I asked him at full value if it was actually operational, and the assessor gave us the numbers, and it was $6,500.
And the language in the contract, excuse me, Mr. Mayor.
Go ahead.
Member Wiley says full value assessed taxes currently assessed at. So if it's assessed higher. full value.
We would get that amount.
Correct.
But what I would ask, there's some concerns, the individual representatives are right here. They're saying, they're agreeing to that. There's a concern that they're not gonna honor that. Get them on the record now.
I think you have. You gonna honor it?
Yes, sir.
I mean, beyond that, though, this is futuristic, man. We talking about taking our city right now. You got the vice president of Nokia North America standing here in Inkster. I done been here long enough to know that that just don't happen. So whatever's happening, it's huge for sure. And we know that the government just put in how many billions into infrastructure for technology?
Trillion.
How much?
$1 trillion.
How much?
$1 trillion.
$1 trillion.
So let me add to that just real quick.
Don't add to it too much. Just stop right there.
We don't have a workforce.
Stop. And just,
Yeah.
all right. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any nays?
Nay.
Didn't he have some questions before?
Who?
Stephen,
He
before?
didn't raise his hand.
Oh, okay.
You Stevens? I know
I'm
you're
sorry.
Stevens, but
I'm sorry. I just thought he had some when we were in close and, you
okay.
know,
Do we need do I need to go back? All right.
unless he wants you to.
I already called for the question. It sounded like everybody said aye except one. Is that on the record?
Yes,
Is that on the record?
yes.
All right, motion passes. Thank you very much, gentlemen. All right, let's keep it moving. All right, getting off into public participation. Please, guys, we know that we're going into,
Hey, excuse me, I'm sorry, I'm confused.
That
You
was-
said, although, you said, you called for the question.
Said all
and
those in favor
I didn't hear
signify
where
by
you
saying-
said any nays, or,
you want to say nay for the record?
yeah, for the record.
For the
I'm a
record, nay. So we have 2 nays.
Yeah,
Do we need to go back?
no, I just didn't understand. It still passes, but I just want to go
Okay.
on the record for
On the
mine.
record, you said no.
Thank you.
I get you. All right, moving right along. All right, as it relates to public participation, we have at 3 right now. I know that it's been, folks have been, saying to us, I come to the meetings and I'm not able to speak, and I've heard it a couple of times, so I just want to say this to you, that it's on the agenda, this is public participation right now. If you want to speak, we do have forms right here you can fill out at the door. So just calling up 3 minutes, please. Barbara Cooper, Inkster Goodfellas.
Hello, Mayor. Hello, Council.
Oh, hello.
I'm gonna be real brief, cause 7 o'clock will be here real quick for the elections, and I'm working on in this room tomorrow morning. We are collecting for our ads and our patrons for the Inkster Goodfellows. We're working on getting the paper. I meet with Ms. Champagne on Thursday, and I meet with Ms. Stewart next week, and we're trying to put both of the papers together. The city will have our paper, and the Telegram will be our insert, like the Detroit News and Free Press used to be our inserts.
Okay.
So we are working hard. Mr. Cooper is on the battlefield for the Inkster Goodfellows.
Yes.
But I would like for anyone who wants to do an ad or a patron or a business card, that full page, we have half page, and then we have the business card, and then we have the patrons. So full page, $100, half a page is $50. Business card is $35, and a patron is $10. And we want to make sure that we have a good year for the good fellas. And
But
we've
you
had a
can
good
donate,
start.
you can donate as much as you want too, right?
Yes, you can donate as
Okay.
much as you
Yeah,
want, and
we
we'll
wanna
have
make
the
sure we tell
can
people
here.
that, for sure.
We have an Inkster Goodfellow can that we'll be putting up on Monday, Brother Gabe, out in the in front of the clerk's office to collect for the Goodfellows.
Okay,
Any amount you want to give.
sound good.
Yes, I have asked the mayor to be our cover, and Wayne
got you.
County Community College is going to be our back page.
Sound good. And Mike just raised his hand. I just saw Mike from Nokia raise his hand. I'm sorry, Mike. Did you raise your hand for donation? Oh, okay. There you go.
You really want to raise your hand. You really want to donate
I got
to the Inkster Goodfellows.
I got you.
All right, I thank you.
All right, you're welcome. Thank you very much.
Our paper drive is December the 2nd.
Awesome.
Yes.
Sound good. Me and Steve gonna be out matching elf uniforms. All right.
Matching outfit, sir?
The shirts. The shirts. Commissioner Moore, Yvonne Moore. Oh, boy. Move right along.
Good evening, Mayor.
Good evening.
Council, city officials, and
evening.
my, as they say, my city. So I came to tell you about the Unity in the Community Thanksgiving to Go dinners that we will be putting on November the 20th of 2022, which is a Sunday. The time will be from 1 to 4. It will be at the Recreation Center, 2025 Middle Belt in Inkster. We're asking you to call in if you're picking up, and we're also asking you to call in if you have someone that's homebound. So we already have contacted our seniors in Inkster. That way we can have the dinners delivered to them. The contact number for delivery or pickup is the 734-722-3738. We're asking that you call in by at least the 17th so that we can get an accurate count and know how many dinners that has to be delivered and how many will be picked up. We're aiming for our goal last year, along with Mayor Wembley's help, with him downstairs, and we all was there. We served over 400 plus dinners to our residents in Inkster, and some of them were to the surrounding areas. We had a few that were in Westland and a few that was in Romulus, to let them know that just because we're sitting here in Inkster that we welcome everybody. So we're asking to get the word out. There are a few things that still needs to be purchased. So if you can donate, we'll appreciate it. We are still looking to get some of the fixings. We do have thank God, the turkeys have been allocated, like 30. I'm thinking we're going to have a few more. We're going to need that many. We did 20 last year, so we're praying that we can get enough to feed over 400 this year. If you want to donate or you want to find out what you can give, just call the 734-722-3738 number, and we'll be able to let you know. Also, I just want to let everyone know that we are doing an after-school program at Inkster Housing, the Resident Council. We're doing it Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. We are teaching etiquette classes. We're doing academics for our children. We're also doing sewing and cooking and ceramics. Well, we will be doing basic automotives on the first Saturdays of every month so that our children can know how to change the oil, change the tires. Some of them don't know how to do that. And we will also, on the fourth Saturday every month, we'll be teaching them basic plumbing and basic drywalls. So if you have a child who wants to get involved, and the hours are from 4:30 to 8 on, as I said, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays, just contact the resident council. We are, as they say in the book, but it's actually the same number I just gave out for the Unity in the Community, the 734-722-3738. Thank you.
Keep up the good work. All right. Ms. Octavia?
Good evening, Mayor,
evening.
Council, and residents. Of course, I'm coming to you from the Inkster Chamber, Inkster Task Force, and Western Wayne Family Health Center. First of all, we'd like to thank everyone who did purchase an ad for the calendar, as we are collaborating with the City of Inkster, our first year. We are very excited about that. So if you haven't gotten an ad, it is in the last days, and we'll take it. We will take your money. But from the Inkster Chamber of Commerce, also we are having a seed lending, CEED lending event on this Thursday, November the 10th, at the Inkster Library from 5:30 to 6:30. So it's for small businesses, just in case anyone have a small business and you need to get some information on how to get it afloat or keep it going on, please attend. If you go to our website or either go to our Facebook page, you will see that information. As far as the task force is concerned, we just want to thank everyone for all of the events we've had throughout the year, and look forward to servicing everyone for the 2023 year. And for Western Wayne Family Health Center, due to low attendance, the yoga classes are no longer available in person on Mondays, but it is online, which is on Zoom. But the Zumba is on Tuesdays and Thursdays, again, free of charge, 6 o'clock to 7 o'clock. So feel free to come out and attend. That's at 2700 Hamlin at Western Wayne Family Health Centers. And if you are still looking for your booster shots, they are doing those at Western Wayne Family Health Center. And there are 4 locations at this time, which is Inkster, Taylor, Lincoln Park, and Dearborn. So are there any questions before I sit down today?
Keep up the great work.
All right, everybody, let's vote if you haven't done so already. Have a good night.
Awesome. All right, City Clerk.
Well, if you haven't voted already, please get out there, let your voice be heard. I'm very impressed. We have about 15% of our electorate has been issued absentee ballots.
All right.
Considering that only 12% voted in August in the primary, for us to have 15% just in absentee ballots and absentee voting. I'm very impressed. We're very happy. We're very tired, but we're happy to see everyone voting. So today was your last day to receive an absentee ballot, unless you're a first-time voter. So we'll see you at your precincts tomorrow.
Can you still come into City Hall and vote?
Not tomorrow, unless you're a first-time voter.
Really?
If you're a first-time voter and you need to register to vote, you can come here tomorrow and register to vote.
But you can't come here and get a ballot and vote.
No, 4 o'clock today was the cutoff.
Really? I thought it was 8 o'clock tomorrow.
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
We're talking to the city
No,
clerk and we
no,
hope that
no.
her expertise.
You have to turn your ballot in by 8 o'clock tomorrow night. If you're a first-time voter, again, a first-time voter, you've never registered to vote, you can register and vote tomorrow up until 8 o'clock
At City Hall.
at City Hall or at their precinct.
Or at your precinct.
Only if you're a first-time voter.
Yes.
That is not what is being told on television.
No, television will be saying a lot of things. They will say early vote, and what that really means in the state of Michigan is that you can get an absentee ballot and vote. So, no, you won't be able to get your ballot tomorrow at City Hall unless you're a first-time voter.
No.
So, but if you have your ballot but haven't turned it in, you can turn it in tomorrow?
Absolutely.
Okay.
And you
City
can,
Hall in the drop boxes until 8 p.m. tomorrow night.
but
So
you
people can
go
still,
to
if you have your ballot in
precinct.
hand, you can still bring it to City Hall up to 8 o'clock
Yes.
tomorrow night.
Okay, or go to your precinct.
Go to your
Or
precinct.
go to if you have ballot in hand, it needs to be brought to City Hall.
Yeah, but precinct, you get the ballot when you're there. I'm just trying to figure out that no there is no problem with voting tomorrow for people?
Not at all. Your
Okay.
precincts are open.
Yeah.
And we're here to help in any way that we can. So feel free to call us. If you have any questions, feel free to stop by.
Okay. I see you've been working with IT, so seems like we're DPW, everybody's online. So, okay, good. All right, good. All right, good. All right. City Treasurer, you got anything for us? All right. Councilwoman Wiley?
Nope, nothing.
Councilman Chisholm?
Yes, just one thing, Mr. Mayor, thank you. From the planning department, and of course this goes in with the Parks and Recs Commission, they asked me to put out a reminder that we want to hear from you. There is a survey that can be found available online or in print at the front desk at City Hall. This is in regards to the City of Inkster updating the Parks and Recreation Plan. The plan identifies goals, objectives, and strategies to address key issues affecting the city's parks and recreation system. The city uses this plan to guide decisions on future park and recreation improvements and to be eligible for grant money. In order for the plan to reflect the desires and vision of the community, please take the survey. Again, this online or at the front desk at City Hall. I believe the initial deadline was October 28th, but it seems they're continuing it because they want more results in from the community. I know I took it
too, Steve.
What's that?
It's at the rec too.
Oh, okay, and it's at the rec center the survey can be found at the recreational complex as well. I did take the survey myself. I know a few others have, but I haven't heard much chatter from the community about it, so please take the survey to help out with the Parks and Recs Commission.
Parks and Rec Commissioner Shirley Hankerson. I am the chair, so I can do that. Go ahead.
I'll be brief.
No, go ahead.
Good evening, all. Yeah, we do, and it's important because our parks are in our community, and some of them are in our neighborhoods, and we need to restore them because they're in bad shape. And I can remember when they were beautiful. I mean, we played baseball. We had a women's team. I mean, so we really want to restore our parks because they're important. And they're in. When we did a survey, I did a survey with our chair, and I couldn't believe the condition that they're in. I didn't know they were that bad. We have baseball diamonds. I mean, so they need to be utilized. So if you guys could help us with what you think they should look like in your community, especially Commissioner Shaw, I went into it, the one that you're so passionate about as well. So if you can get us some information, we appreciate it, okay?
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. You guys doing a good job on that too.
Go vote.
Yeah, you guys doing a good job on that too. I know we asked you to get that going like in a month's time, and you guys have really been on top of it because there's some money's just hanging out there that we want to get. So we need all you guys to participate. We hear a lot of complaints about different stuff, but you know when it comes to people, you know, getting involved, they just sit on the sideline and wait for it to happen. So it's going to happen either way. But we want to hear from you, you know. So please pass that survey around. Councilman Chiz, you got anything else, sir?
No, that's all I have. Thank you.
All right, Councilwoman Washington.
Just wanted to remind everyone to vote. And just want to also share this information for anyone that is needing energy efficient housing repairs or upgrades. The Michigan Housing Opportunities Promoting Energy Efficiency Program can help with that. And that website is, I don't know how I met it. That will be on Michigan, www.michigan.gov, and then you can look up MI Hope. And that's all I have for tonight.
All right, thank you, ma'am.
Mr. Mayor,
Ma'am,
can I ask a question
please.
about what you just said?
Please, yes, ma'am.
So this particular program you're talking about is based on income, correct?
Yes, this
And
is
you gotta
basically.
make like $75 a year in order to get it.
It is pretty much it's you have to list your income and then if it's a pandemic hardship section on the application.
Okay, thank you.
No problem.
All right. Councilman Williams?
I just like for everyone to keep Sister Jessie Shelby in her prayers, the loss of her son. You know, it's nice when we all come together and we keep praying for one another who's having hard times and various stuff like that. So keep her in mind that she prepared to bury her son. You know,
Do we know the arrangements? Do you have the arrangements?
It's going to be at husband's.
If you can pass that to the city clerk so we'll know.
Saturday.
This Saturday.
Yeah, Saturday.
Okay.
1 to 5 at Husbands.
All right. Wow.
Other than that, that's about all I.
Saturday. You got anything else, sir?
No, I had nothing else.
Okay. Councilman Shaw?
Yes, Mr. Chair, I just want to encourage our residents to, if you see something, say something. And also I want to thank all those who have came out to our town hall at the Twin Towers. It was such a beautiful time to spend time with the residents there and to have good conversation. I want to thank our Assistant Chief Slappy and also our head chief, Mr. Ratliff, for coming out and being a part and talking with the residents there. It was it was so much energy, and some of our commissioners was there, you know, and those who were able to make it, you know. Ms. Triplet came out and we ran out of food and all that good stuff, you know. I wasn't expecting, you know, that many, you know. We was just going to have a small group and we was going to talk, but it was phenomenal. It was phenomenal, you know. I'm just being honest. You know, she can't, but it was beautiful, and we're going to do it some more times, you know. And I just appreciate you all. I love you all, and I'm hoping that I can continue to serve you to the best of my ability. And I thank you for your support. And even my good friend Reverend Williams came out and he done the prayer and the benediction for us, and I appreciate him for coming out. And I just want to say this, it is the passion of the people who are the driving force to change. It is the passion of the people who are the driving force to change. So I just want to encourage you, get out and vote. That's all I have, Mr. Chair.
All right. I'll just say amen. All right. Closed session, David? Oh, Mayor Pro Tem, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You told me to get us out of here. You said get us out of here. I'm sorry. Yeah, go ahead. You told us to get us out of
I just
here.
want everybody to vote. He just forgot about me.
Sorry.
That's
You
all
told
I
us to get
have.
us out of here.
And
I'm
one
sorry.
thing I do want to say that I know
I'm sorry.
everybody is happy Inkster Road is finally done from the county. Yeah, it took a while. Oh my goodness, but it looks good. It looks good. Okay. Right, me?
I say, remember, she's fixing the damn road.
Right. That's all I have, Mr. Chair.
Okay. All right. Of course. I mean, I'm just echoing everybody. I mean, you know, Shaw was just so, I'm like, you know, amen. Like, let's get out of here.
That's what's up, too.
Yeah. David, what do you have for closed session? Litigation. All right. Motion to go into closed session. There's support?
Second.
All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Hey, guys, let's go into closed session so we can come back out and we can dismiss. We can go into closed session. The meeting's not over for us. We got to go into closed session. Please, guys.
Do we anticipate action?
Safe is out of town. He'll be back. He's on vacation. No, I'm sorry. Can we do this right here? Yeah. All right, yeah. Motion to adjourn? So moved. Is there any nays? Support? Aye, okay, here we go. Let's go. All right, see you. All right. Everybody else just stay in.